Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and welcome to my channel if you are new. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, whichever one that is, and like this video. Please remember to do that now or at the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And moving on, so today's class is all about stretching and releasing for the back. So a lot of our postures, whether we're standing or sitting, we can have a tendency to have an anterior tilt in the pelvis. So that's when you're a little bit like this. So we slump into the low back. So we're going to do a little bit of release work just to broaden across the sacrum, create some spaciousness, some twist to release. And then we're going to work on strengthening the core. So you can see with a better strengthened core, opening up through the psoas, the tailbone lengthens, and then you're actually using the core strength to support the spine. Okay, so you do need one prop for this class, and that is a blanket or a towel, and then just roll it just like I did here. Okay, and that's it. I'll see you guys on the mat in just a second. All right, everyone, so we're gonna begin laying on our prop. So just place it about midway up the mat, and it's gonna go just underneath your sit bones, your hip points. So you should feel right away kind of that broadening across the low back. So you can see exactly where mine is. It's a little bit above the bum, but not quite the low back. So just release yourself down. You can have the legs flopped, toes facing inward, and either rest the forehead down onto the ground or one cheek. And then we'll systematically start to release. So soften the face, the cheek muscles, the jaw. Release the tongue. And allow the shoulders to broaden and drape. Scanning your awareness down the spine to the pelvis. And then allow the pelvis to soften. So breathe in, bringing awareness down to the pelvic region. And on the exhale, feel the release of the musculature, the bones heavy. And then travel your awareness down the thighs, the kneecaps, all the way to the feet. And start to expand the breath down into the belly. Feeling that feedback against the mat. Just about 15 more seconds. Don't count, just soften. And slowly pressing up onto the elbows, remove the prop off to the side, and then release yourself back down on to the belly. Bending at both knees, and then windshield wiper the feet to one side and then the other. So do this a few times, back and forward. And then allow the feet to hang out at the right side. Switching to the left side. One more time to the right. And then over to the left. Back through center, release the legs out long. Pressing up onto the forearms, and we're going to take the right knee up to the right elbow. So it's going to be in that half frog position. From here, press down into the elbows, lengthen the spine, keeping the chin gently tucked. Feel that lengthening up through the crown of the head. So you might feel a nice gentle stretch in the psoas, the left side, lengthening the left side of the body. And then we'll do a baby cat-cow. So breathe in, gaze rises. And then exhale, drop down. Breathe in, open. And exhale to round. Back into neutral position, this time looking over the right shoulder, even bringing in that little bit more of a bend. You can drop the gaze down, gaze rises. Back through center, look over the left, gaze drops, gaze rises. Through center, and then extend the right leg back to the back of the mat. We'll switch sides. So left knee comes up into that 90-degree bend. Soften the pelvis down. Bring your breath, your awareness down. And finding those micro releases. So these subtle nuances of softening maybe areas that you didn't even know you had the awareness or capacity to soften. So the left inner groin, the right psoas, so the hip flexor muscles. And then press down into the elbows, lengthen up, extending through the crown of the head, and exhale to round. Breathe in, lengthen, and exhale, round. Inhale through center. We'll look over the left shoulder, dropping the right pelvis. Finding that breath, inhale, exhale, release the left chin, the only chin you have, down. And then raise the gaze, getting that intuitive stretch. So just guiding the stretch, pause or move, and then look over the right. Same thing, drop the gaze, raise the gaze. And then coming through center, extend the left leg back. Release onto the belly. Bending the knees and windshield the feet from side to side. Then extending the left arm out long, and we'll just roll over on to our back bodies. Bringing the feet wide, knock the knees in towards one another. Creating that space in the sacrum, the back body. And then drop the knees over to the left. Breathe in. Full exhale to soften. Drop the knees to the right. Full breath in. And exhale. Coming back through center. And bring the feet hip distance apart. We'll draw the right knee in towards the chest. And then just toe heel the left foot out as long as feels good. And then taking the right knee to the right armpit, kind of just guiding, making these baby circles. And if you'd like to fully extend the left leg, keeping the right knee drawing in, and then take the right knee across to the left side. Make any adjustments that you need to. And the right knee does not need to come all the way down to the ground. So we're not cranking, we're not forcing. We just want this organic, natural stretch. Keeping both shoulder blades onto the ground. And if you need to use the blanket to prop up the leg, go ahead and grab it too. Breathe in down into the belly. And then soften the entire abdomen, the hips. Going back through center, extend the right leg, or actually keep the right knee bent at first, left knee into the chest, and then toe heel the right leg out as long as feels good. Again, we're not like dumping into the low back, so we're keeping the tailbone lengthening. So you should even feel the entire low back making contact with the ground. Then bringing the left knee out to the left armpit. Keeping the right hip heavy. Then taking the left knee across to the right side, both shoulder blades onto the ground. You can be in a nice cactus position. Full breath to expand. Let it out. Exhale and soften. Then we'll move back through center, both soles of the feet onto the ground this time. And bringing our awareness into the pelvic bowl, we're going to pretend that we have kind of like either a marble or something a little bit bigger and heavier than a marble in the low kind of sacrum area. And bringing your hands to the hip points, so these bony prominence at the front of the pelvis. And we're just going to bring a little arch into the back, feeling this imaginary ball rock towards more of the tip of the tailbone. And then lengthening the low back onto the ground. So these hip points are going to come more towards you, and feel that imaginary ball rocking, maybe hitting as far as the belly button area. And then rocking the pelvis back and forward. So getting this awareness of lengthening the tailbone, feeling space in the front of the pelvis as you do that. And then arching the low back, more compression into the hip flexors. So now we're going to start to rock a little bit more, this time pressing into the feet, lift the hips, engage the glutes, and then lower one vertebrae at a time, rocking the pelvis, arch the back. So we'll keep doing this gradually, lifting the hips a little bit more. Jersey's on his way to greet us, but just keep moving. Hi, darling. Did you have a nice sleep? Good. Tongue right in the mouth. Thank you. And then this time, we're going to press down into the feet, lengthen the tailbone, and squeeze the glutes. Downward facing dog from Jersey. Good job. Okay, lay down, Bubby. And the good old the camera view. Sit. Okay, well, we're just going to roll. So squeezing the glutes, and then lower all the way down. Rocking the pelvis, pressing up. So having this fluid motion. And then one vertebrae at a time, controlled, releasing down. Again, press into the feet, rolling up. Glutes are activated this time, extending the right leg out long. Release the right foot down, rolling controlled. Low back lifts. Arch, lengthening the tailbone, lift up, this time extending the left leg out long. We'll do this one more time each side, so rolling down. Rolling up. Right leg extends, pressing down into the left foot. Release the right foot, roll it down. Baby arch. Lengthen and roll up. Weight into the right foot and extend the left leg. Release the left foot. Keep both hips lifted, lengthen, and squeeze the glutes. So really feel kind of the opening in the front of the hips, the lengthening of the tailbone. Squeeze the glutes. Now we're just going to lower halfway, lift, lengthen, squeeze. We're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way back down. Draw the knees in towards the chest and give yourself a baby rock if you want, or find stillness. So now we're going to move into some core strengthening, and the most important thing is going to be to keep the low back onto the ground. So don't worry about doing what we call full expression or going to the max. The most important thing is to keep that core container integrity to support your spine, okay? So interlace the fingers behind the head, and we're going to bring the shins parallel to the ground. So right away, lengthen the tailbone, and you should feel kind of that knitting corset action around the low back. And all we're going to do is drop the left heel, keeping the 90-degree bend, and then draw back up to meet the right. Drop the right heel, and draw it back up to meet the left. So just keep switching. Again, it doesn't have to lower. You might just go halfway down. So meeting yourself exactly where you are, because the most important thing is to start to feel that muscle memory, the engagement around the abdomen. So move slow and controlled. And it doesn't take much to really feel this. I know I'm already kind of feeling shaky. So slow is the new advance. So moving mindfully, more connected. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, lengthening the tailbone, feeling that weight grounding you down. Last one, knees into the chest, rock side to side. Nice work. For the next one, we're going to do a dead bug. So similar setup with the legs, pressing the thighs away from you, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. And for this one, you can either do the heel taps or you can choose to fully extend. So we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. Keep the navel drawing in towards the spine. Breathe in, right arm, left leg extends on the inhale. Exhale, back through to center. Switching sides, right leg, left arm, breathe in. And exhale, drawing it in. Breathe and extend. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale. We're going to do one more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in, inhale. And exhale. Knees into chest. Rock side to side. And we're going to do one more just because I really like this one. Similar setup with the legs. Bring the hands to the thighs, pressing them gently away from each other, okay? So navel drawing in towards the spine. And all we're going to do is create this resistance. So we're going to just do it for about 5 to however many seconds, I think 5. So pressing the thighs into the hands, hands into the thighs. Create that resistance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Baby rock side to side. We'll do that one more time so you don't have to push intensely, just resistance for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Baby rock. Release the soles of the feet onto the ground. Bring the hands to the thigh bones. And we're just going to press the thighs away. So creating this lengthening, this spaciousness in the low back. It should feel super nice. Breathe in and exhale. Release. Release the arms. Windshield the legs to the left. And then to the right. Bringing the thighs back to parallel. We'll do that one more time. So take the hands to the upper thighs, pressing away, creating that length. And then release. And then we'll move into a Shavasana pose, but grab onto your blanket towel roll and we're going to place it underneath where the kneecaps are. Extending the legs out long. If you do prefer to keep the soles of the feet onto the ground and drop the knees in together, if that feels nicer on the back, go ahead and take that pose also. Either dropping the hands to either sides, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, arms overhead. Choose what's most comfortable, what's most grounding and soothing for you. And start to soften the physical body. Allow the breath to become natural and organic. And give yourself permission to soften the mind and just breathe and feel the full sensation throughout the body. Giving the body a chance to recover. And as always, stay as long as you want. If you're craving that extra rest, take another 5 to 10 breaths here. Otherwise, rolling over onto one side and then gently pressing yourself up into a nice seated position facing the front. So feel the sit bones really heavy, gentle lengthening down, down, down. Extending up through the crown of the head, feel a bit of space through the spine. Allow yourself to soften the muscles in the face and soften the shoulders. And thank you so much for practicing and giving yourself this time to recover, to learn new movements and movement patterns in the body. And throughout the rest of the day or the next week, just start to notice the postural patterns that you carry when you're working, when you're walking, when you're standing, just to start to be aware of how you dump into the low back so you can start to correct these patterns and bring the yoga off the mat as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that practice, and if you did, again, please remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends because I love that, and leave comments because they make me super happy. And I will see you guys next week. Have a lovely rest of your week, and namaste.